there, warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Exclusive and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, viewers, their tagline is no need to study or get into sports. Just bet and get rich. Hard work and education are being overshadowed by this dangerous illusion, the fake dream of getting rich and getting rich fast. People lie to their families, they steal from their own families or fall into debt, chasing a fantasy that promises easy profits. But beware of the easy money. It may be a death trap. Yes, we are talking about the great India illegal betting ring. It is a moral crisis. It is being manufactured by gambling platforms and it is being amplified by none other than some of the biggest celebrity endorsements which have been coming in, that's spreading through the society. ED has also said that celebrity involvement, you can see some of those on your screen, celebrity involvement has led many users to misidentify gambling platforms as legitimate entertainment. Over the course of the show, we are going to tell you why you need to be careful, why you need to be very, very careful about what your child is doing on the mobile phone, what are the apps that he has access to, what, not just children, even college students are getting into. And here's the disturbing trend. Adults, even housewives, are getting addicted to gambling. Today we are going to tell you how to identify and how to stay away from the illegal betting game. So let's begin. Why are we even talking about this today? Well, we are talking about this today is because Enforcement Directorate today has quizzed cricketers. And you can see those on your screens. Cricketers who have played for India, who are idols of India, like Suresh Raina, Harbhajan Singh, Yuvraj Singh, also actors such as Sonu Sood and Urvashi Rautela. They have been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate over illegal betting endorsements. So who all have been endorsing it? Well, there you have it on your screens. This is the 1xBet promoters. You have Harbhajan Singh, you have Yuvraj Singh, you have Sonu Sood, you have Suresh Raina and Urvashi Rautela. This is allegedly an illegal app. What are the ED charges about it? There you have it on your screens. As per the ED, what these stars have today endorsed is an app which is allegedly charged with flouting IT and Benami Act. It is charged of flouting the FEMA Act, of flouting the PMLA, which is Prevention of Money Laundering Act, also flouting MATE Acts as well as MIB, which is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Advisories. All of this has been flouted by an app which has been promoted by these stars that you can see on your screens. And these charges by the ED are very, very serious. What happens is that you are watching something which is legal. Let's say you're checking your mail or you're going on a legitimate website, you're looking at it, and suddenly an ad will pop up. What is the modus operandi? It looks like a legit ad because it comes with a surrogate name. The surrogate names, for example, are 1xBet and 1xBet Sporting Lines, something which doesn't per se look like it's an illegal site. Of course, the fact that it has got some of the biggest stars, names, even idols of India will not let you know that this is something which is illegal. Most of these ads also have QR codes which are attached along with it, and these are different names and QR codes, which is why it's very hard to detect if this is a genuine app or is this an illegal betting app. The minute you click on that QR code, the minute you click on any of these ads, it will redirect you to one of these betting apps. A betting app which has a QR code. This is what you need to be very, very careful about. Beware of what you click upon and also keep an eye on what your children are doing. But how does the betting scam really cover its tracks? It's very important to look into this. Benami and mule accounts are frequently being used to move the transactions around undetected. In fact, not just that, most of these accounts may also be active only for a couple of hours. Right after that, the accounts also get deactivated. By the time the authorities actually look into the payments, they flag these payments and then they start seeking data from the MPCI, the funds have already been siphoned off or else they get withdrawn. making it very hard to track the trail, which is what the ED has been trying to do. Now remember, the ED has given some of the most startling details which are now coming about this illegal betting industry and how it is ruining, they say, the future of youth. In fact, they're going to get you the magnitude of how big illegal betting is in India. In fact, as per the Enforcement Directorate, it is valued at over $100 billion. In India itself, in India, $100 billion of illegal betting is happening. That is the size of India's market. It also, as per the Enforcement Directorate, growing at a 30% rate annually. 30% more users, 30% more such bets being placed every year. When you look specifically from January to March 2025, which is 1 quarter, in 1 quarter alone, look at the number of people who have visited. The number of visits on these illegal apps, as per the Enforcement Directorate, is 1.6 billion. Such hits have come on to the apps. At least so many people may have clicked on these sites. Tax evasion, another big important point. Tax evasion, the number of people who are illegally betting, evading taxes, comes to about 27,000 crore rupees per year, which is the loss to the public exchequer, just to give you a sense of it. Not just that, 22 crore Indian users have these illegal apps. Imagine, 22 crore Indian users have downloaded illegal apps. In fact, there are about 11 crore regular participants as well who are there. So 22 crore have the app downloaded. About 11 crore people are regularly participating in illegal betting. So it is going to lure you with promises of easy money, of easy cash, but many are left drowning in debt. There may be initial wins, but after that, it is going to be rigged algorithms which are being used to cheat the people who are using these apps. The victims of these betting losses come from all walks of life, and this is going to be surprising you because it not only involves students and homemakers, daily wage earners, unemployed youth, you name it, everyone's been betting big on their future but losing big as well. So far, as per a petition which has been filed in a high court, so far there have been 1,020 suicides reported in connection with these losses in Telangana alone. Betting has turned into an addiction amongst people, according to the Enforcement Directorate. There are school children who are skipping classes and placing bets. There are college students who are gambling away their tuition money. The money that their parents are giving them gets gambled away and doesn't go into their tuition. There are many families who remain unaware of the financial damage until a real crisis really strikes, adding a human cost to the growing problem that is tearing apart communities. Which is why it's important that today we look into this matter, that today we address something which has been red flagged by the Enforcement Directorate, but it's about time that we discuss and introspect. Joining us today on the show, we have Swapnil Srivastava, an advocate, Kasturi Shankar, an actress, is also here on our show, as well as an activist. Swapnil Srivastava, I'm going to come to you. The number of times I look at these stats, it still completely confounds me that to this extent we have illegal betting happening in India. Over $100 billion worth of illegal bets are being placed annually, and it has been growing at 30% every year, year on year, and as many as 11 crore active users, not just people who have downloaded, active users. Where are we going wrong, Swapnil Srivastava? One would have imagined we have PMLA, we have the Meghna Acts, we have the INB Acts, we have several such FEMA rules also which are there. Why are we unable to stop it?
Meghna, see, the problem that arises in issues like this is that there's a distinction under Indian law between games of skill and games of chance.
Absolutely.
So something like a Dream 11 is considered to be a game of skill and it's allowed.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two is, and this is something which has recently come out on account of ED's investigation, what a lot of these game of chance apps are doing, and you also pointed it out during the course of the show today, is that they're masquerading as games of skill,
yes,
where unsuspecting people end up clicking on these links and getting redirected and funneling their entire fortunes away. So I believe that the entire battle is happening in the online arena. It isn't something that is happening in a brick and mortar setting where people are going like they used to 20 years ago. This is happening all online. So I think that is where the lacuna lies, because the online realm is a vast world. And to be able to effectively regulate it is a difficult challenge that naturally we are facing as a country, as a society.
Well, yes, the laws must keep pace with the times as well. But Kasturi Shankar, what really worries me, look at the people who are falling into these illegal betting app traps. These traps are exploiting school children. There have been over 1,000 suicides linked to illegal gambling in one state of Telangana itself.
Yep, I live here, and this has been literally a daily headline for us in Telangana. I live in Hyderabad. It's a huge problem, and the government is taking note of it. In fact, in Tamil Nadu, which is my home state, we have a bill that has completely banned everything. Even games that are so-called games of skill have been classified as games of chance in the state of Tamil Nadu and are blocked. You can still access them, because if you want to ruin yourself, you can do it very easily in the online world. But at least officially, the state of Tamil Nadu has taken a step against such things. I explicitly and comprehensively condemn even these cricket apps, so-called entertainment apps, all of the rummy and poker apps. You know, poker is a big money, big skill game. But at the end of the day, it's not for India. It's not for the daily wage earners. It's not for the students. It's not for the homemakers. It's not for innocent seniors who think they can make a lot of money and, complete the wedding of their daughters and then completely lose everything. Anywhere where there is a risk of your money not coming back to you, it's a speculation that should be banned in India, because it's not for Indians. And these
there are those legal ones, and then you have the illegal ones. The illegal ones are also actually using algorithms which are going to ensure that you always lose. So there is nothing.
I don't even support the legal ones, because you know why? The legal ones, it's very difficult for the aam aadmi to differentiate between the right one and the wrong one. So ek baar yahan kuch mil gaya, to he will go into something else.
Okay, I think that's a fair enough point, but Swaplin Srivastav, I must ask you about the law here. Now, some of the biggest stars, we are looking at those stars on our screen, some of the biggest stars, idols of India, people whom we are worshipping, are going to pop up in these ads. Any one of us who sees an ad with someone that you have idolized all your life, you're not going to think that this may be something illegal, that this may be a trap, which is why a lot of them, Bollywood stars as well as cricketing icons, are now being grilled and interrogated by the enforcement directorates. Where do stars need to draw a line? What should be their response to it, and to what extent are they going to be held legally liable for endorsing something which is later found to be illegal?
So, first of all, I must say that simply because you hit 6 sixes in 1 over doesn't mean you're above the law. And naturally, as people who are idealized, as people who are treated almost as gods, you do carry a moral responsibility that goes beyond just the law or your commercial interests. Now, speaking specifically about what sort of legal liability can happen. So right now, the ED is investigating FEMA allegations on which ED has absolute jurisdiction. So you mentioned 1xBet earlier, which is basically a derivative of 1xBet, one of the biggest betting platforms in the world. Now, if they are doing something illegally where they are roping in customers in India, it is natural that they don't have the necessary permissions. So that is one thing that can be looked into. The second thing is, and we saw it with the Mahadev betting app as well, that there were large issues pertaining to money laundering.
Yes.
So if at all any of these stars, they have accepted money, which is black money, which is tainted, which is proceeds of crime, then they will also become liable under the Prevention of Money Laundering.
Exactly.
Yes.
The third point is, and this is where this is actually the root of the matter, is the extent of their knowledge and intention at the time of endorsing these brands. Because a lot of these actors have given statements where they are claiming that at the time when they entered into these contracts, there was nothing illegal they were doing, and they didn't have adequate knowledge that it was illegal.
Yes.
But how true something of this sort remains to be seen. And the ED is investigating.
Of course, the ED is investigating, and let the courts decide on their guilt. But Kasturi Shankar, optics, how hard is it for the stars to take their position, their power, their stardom seriously? Because people fall into a trap just looking at their names, because these are idols.
No, what kind of star are you if you're going to be so irresponsible? What is it that you're peddling? It's not soap, it's not masala powder. You're peddling gambling, you're ruining people's lives. I mean, there's blood on your hands. I'm sorry, Mr. Sonu Sood is somebody I respect. I worked with him and he is known for his social activism as well. And for somebody like that to be involved in a completely illegal site, and you know, I have to also point out that 1x, I also have to point out that 1xBet is not illegal because it's killing people, it's driving people to suicide. It's illegal because it doesn't have the necessary permissions in India.
Absolutely.
It is a question of paperwork. So let's not just think that the Indian government is completely on the side of the people here. It's very unfortunate. The government of India will let 1xBet completely operate with zero compunction if they do the paperwork, if they grease certain palms. Now the question is about ED. Now the question is, where is my tax money? Where is my FEMA money? Where is my license money? The question is not, where are all the dead people's money? The question, it's really, and so I would appeal to stars to use their stardom responsibility, because obviously we have to look out for ourselves.
Absolutely. Take your stardom responsibly. And just to add to what Kasturi has also said, even when it comes to hard tax money, the tax evasion is calculated about 27,000 crore rupees per year. That is the amount of tax evasion which is shown by those who are indulging in it. Just something that we are going to leave you with. Absolutely. Something that our viewers can also think about. Remember, it could be impacting someone you know. It could be someone in your family. Beware about where you click. And these dreams of fast money often end in a very fatal debt trap. Thank you so much, Swapnil Srivastav, as well as Kasturi Shankar, for joining us. With that, a short break here on Times Now. Don't go anywhere. We return in 2 minutes.